In a sudden reversal, Senator Joe Manchin reached a deal with Democratic leaders on a spending package that aims to lower healthcare costs, combat climate change, and reduce the federal deficit. This marks a massive potential breakthrough for President Biden's long-stalled economic agenda.
I spoke with both Senator Schumer and Manchin and offered my support for a historic agreement to fight inflation and lower costs for American families. It's called the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022. Some of you will see a lot of similarities between the beginning of the Build Back Better initiative.
Manchin has often been a roadblock to President Biden's efforts to establish an expansive Build Back Better plan aimed at climate, economic, and healthcare progress. The Inflation Reduction Act is just a skinnier version of Biden's original plan.
I'm really not going to talk about Build Back Better anymore because I think I've been very clear on that. There is no negotiations going on at this time.
You have people like Manchin, Sinema to a lesser degree, who are intentionally sabotaging the president's agenda.
Under the deal, Schumer secured Manchin support for over $400 billion in new spending, most of which is focused on climate change and clean energy production. It's the largest investment in U.S. history and marked a departure from Manchin's position weeks earlier.
There's no such thing as Build Back Better again. This is a financial security and energy security. This is what this is about. And also, so I said, Chuck, if you're on a political deadline and it has to be done in July, the one thing you know you can get done is basically do the bill, run the piece of legislation on reducing drug prices, letting Medicare negotiate.
Senior Democrats intend to pay for the deal through a 15% corporate minimum tax, an IRS tax enforcement, and closing a loophole that benefits wealthy investors. With the Senate split 50-50, Democrats need unanimous support to pass the bill along with the tie-breaking vote of Vice President Harris to sidestep Republicans' opposition and filibuster.
This is the nonsense that Democrats are focused on. Not helping you put gas in your car, not helping you afford your groceries. They want to use the middle-class economic crisis they themselves created as an excuse to raise your taxes and ram through their Green New Deal nonsense.
Look, it's difficult because it's been a year of negotiations, one step forward, four steps back. But I think we are now very, very close. And every single one of the things that's in this bill is actually a major accomplishment, will help Americans bring costs down, will ensure that we're protecting the planet for our next generation.
If passed, this would be a key legislative victory for Democrats ahead of the midterm elections this November.